at 50%, that it was enough to live on.
Well, that's what they were told.
So we have to, and I'm, you hear a lot of talk about the millennials. I love them. I love them because they're going beyond and they're crossing. They're not afraid to cross the barriers. They're not afraid to challenge the status quo, and they're like, now, granted, they could have more wisdom so that they could fight more effectively, but they're not afraid to say, this don't look right to me and I want some answers.
Well, and that's because they're allowed to. If we said something like that 30 years ago, someone would smack us in the
Yeah, and it's our fault that they're like that because we told them, go to school, you can be whatever you want to be.
And then you say whatever you want to say.
So they come into the government and their first day there, they want to change it.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
it's a process.
Yeah, it don't work
You're
like
talking
that.
about a system that has been in effect for.
Right, because they're the most difficult group
Yeah.
that I've ever been around and worked with, because
They're the smartest and the dumbest at the same time.
right. I mean, and I'm raising some of them. I mean, so what happens is, like, they know so much that it's like you know so much you don't know anything. Almost to the extent that you're right, you're so smart, you're dumbing yourself. So when I come in and I give a wisdom that I got from my father, who got from his father, that got from his father, it's like, I'm like, how do you look at
Well, they want to know, do it work?
200, yeah.
Does it work?
Yeah.
They're demanding evidence. I need to see that
How
it
can you
works.
see? Right, so here's the thing, that's a real good point. So the wisdom that we're talking about typically is with great-granddad to granddad to granddad to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
The wisdom that we're giving, as my boy Bryce Bell used to say, is not for now. So if you got to wait to see it work, it may be 20 years before you see the wisdom of what I'm telling you work. There's a reason why I'm telling you this now, so that it affects where you are in the future. So don't do X, Y, and Z now. Or do X, Y, and Z now so that 20 years from now you can see the impact of it. Well, now I need to see it now. Damn it, I can't show you this. I can't show it to you 20 years from now. Now again, I love them. There's nothing to do with love. I love them.
I love them.
I love them. But they're out of order.
I agree. But I love the tenacity that they have. I love that they're not afraid. I love the fact that they have a heart for the battle.
But they're not getting whipped with chains and whips and
Switches.
Going through Jim Crow and all that stuff that we did.
No, they're not. But
so they don't have the stuff.
But there has to be a change all the way around. You can't live in fear. You can't continue to live in fear. And I understand.
No, but
the hardships
no
of
doubt.
the past.
No doubt.
I get it. I respect it.
But now they're not living in fear.
We're not living in that time no more. So
ZaMiya,
get over it and get on board.
I'm not going to not only are they not living in fear, they're living in non-consequential situations. There aren't the consequences. It's like football players. The wide receiver can run a slant, catch the ball, and go dance, because right now the safety can't hit them in the mouth like they can hit us. Mm-hmm. They don't have the consequences for their act, so they can be fearless now, because they don't have. Man, we can't even put our hands on our own kids.
But we live in a world that doesn't have consequences. Look at the police. Look at the police brutality we talking about. Look at, nobody has consequences.
Wow, anarchy.
Nobody has them. So how can you expect them to have it when we're living in a world that does not have consequences?
These kids are spoiled. You get parents that plan their weekend around what their kid has to do.
I go through that all. I address that with people all. I said, since when did grown-ups live their life for their kid? In other words, it's like, what? No.
So whose fault is that? Is that the millennial problem, or is it the parents?
It's the parents.
Okay.
The parents did that. When I used to go to a football game, basketball game, whatever after school, I took the bus. My mom didn't drive me anywhere. Took the bus. But now,
and I wouldn't even want my parents to watch me practice. I mean, I got parents sitting there watching from like, don't you understand that?
In the rain.
Do you understand that? Do you not understand that your parents are going to games and acting like they don't have a bit of damn sense because they got as much time vested into the kid's sport than the kid does?
Yeah.
But the parent goes to the game and can't play the game. So whenever you have somebody that goes to the game who can't actually get in the game and affect the outcome, what they do is sit in the stands and they start fighting everybody. But if you go to practice and sit there and watch your kid practice all the time, you now an expert. And then you go to the game and it's not going the way you want and you start flipping. And I got one coach that's like, yo, parents, you can't come sit in my practice. Why do you want to sit and watch your kid?
Why would you want to?
The kid doesn't want you sitting because he's looking over his shoulder at you the whole time he practices. If my parents even thought about coming to my practices, I'd have been like, you can't come to my practice.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it from, I'm sorry, I'm not saying it from a negative standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
This is what has happened.
Mm-hmm.
We're not able, especially men, and you know, I'm going to get myself with you. As men, we're not able. There's such a disenchantment among black folks toward black men that even when black men say something that makes sense and that's wise, there's such a negative sentiment toward us that folks don't even listen to that. So what ends up happening is we can't regulate our own communities and our own home. First of all, if you can't regulate your home, you can't regulate your neighborhood.
Yeah.
You can't regulate your neighborhood. You can't regulate your community. You can't regulate your community. You can't regulate beyond your community.
Mm-hmm.
So then people talk about the killing in Chicago and man, look, it starts at the home.
Yeah.
And then you listen to Republican cat, what was his name, pastor, whatever that had Burns, or whatever, and he goes this, or whoever it was that came on and said, well, we got to, in order for us to have, strong neighborhoods, the man's got to be at home with his kids. And then I'm sitting there listening to him, I'm like, yeah, but you guys are putting the systems in place that's taking us out of the homes with the kids. You're the one that's making us underemployed. You're the ones that's giving our wives the $100,000 a year jobs and sticking us with $25,000 a year jobs. And then we're sitting there trying to say, okay, well, who runs the show? A man making 25 can't tell his woman making 100 who's going to run the show. I don't care what you say. I don't care what they say. It takes an extraordinary woman to sit there and put herself under the authority of a male that's making $75,000 a year less than her.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's damn near unnatural.
We all got quiet.
Well, I got quiet because he knows that that's a whole nother topic for me, and we'll be here a whole nother 2 hours.
Is that next Thursday? Can I come back?
Yeah, you can come back. You want to come back? We could definitely look. This is a to be continued discussion.
I love y'all. Thank you. Dr. ZaMiya, you better take us out of here whenever you're ready.
Listen, we have thoroughly enjoyed Mr. Stephen Slaughter. Thank you so much for coming and having fun. Did you have fun tonight?
Oh, I did. Thank you for having me.
Are you coming back next week?
Oh, yes.
You for real?
Oh, yeah. If it's not next week, the week after, maybe both.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we can continue that. Actually, see, you don't know, that's like one of the conversations that we love having here on the Dr. ZaMiya show. And actually, we got sidetracked because of the police brutality and things that were going on, because our intent was to, after we dealt with the man, we were going to start dealing with the woman.
Oh, let's start dealing with the woman next week.
Look at him. He's so that on that note, we will continue next week our discussion, and we will pick up, because I'm tired of talking about all this death. I really am.
But something's going to happen over the next week that's going to make you go.
No, if we say we're going to start talking about...
So where we're going to start next week?
On that comment that we just made about the
extraordinary woman that's making $75,000 more than her man.
Yes. And how it affects...
How she puts herself under his authority?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, my pastor said for better, my pastor said, he was still at that point where he said, obey. In his what do you call it? In the vows. Yeah. He was still using obey when I got married.
And see that, yeah, because we're gonna be here for a while, because that means
that's why I just
if you like Heineken and she making more than you, that means she gonna buy your beer and she gonna get you past Blue Ribbon.
No. What's past Blue Ribbon?
Exactly.
I never heard of
That's
that.
what our parents used to drink, and they used to put in crabs when they used to cook crabs back in the day.
Oh my
And
goodness.
see, I'm not critical. I sound like it, but I'm not. It is unnatural for a species to put itself under the authority of a species that they have more leverage and power than. It doesn't make any sense.
So then, is that a matter of values?
Depends who you're asking.
To be continued next week. So you committed to coming next week, right?
Or the week after.
Or the
you
week
said.
after.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And
I'm coming because I want to be on that conversation.
okay. All right.
Yes.
This is gonna be good. This is gonna be really good. So look, we love you. Thank you for tuning in with us. Again, we like to thank Stephen Slaughter for his time, even
Thank
though
you.
the DNC is going on right now, and he has some activities he was
Yeah.
supposed to be a part of tonight, but he chose to be with us. So we are definitely humbled and grateful to have your presence with us tonight,
Thank
and we are looking forward to you coming back.
you. Yes.
We are look at him; he can't wait to get on that conversation. So listen, the videos will be uploaded on YouTube sometime tomorrow. I'll be uploading them all night, and so they'll be uploaded sometime tomorrow. So if you missed it and you want to share it with your followers, your friends, your families, you'll be able to do that. If you go to the Dr. ZaMiya show on YouTube, and they will also be on Facebook, so you can check with Mr. Slaughter if you're his friend and follower. He'll have access to it, of course.
Leave me alone.
Rolling Bubba Grimes, and check out Rolling Bubba Grimes on Mondays from
Monday
7 to 8 every Monday here at elifemedia.net. Every now and then I get to make a grand appearance on his show.
And you
Every
do that.
now and then.
We had a ball, didn't we?
I had a
The
good time.
funk was in the house.
What were y'all talking about? Flies? People having sex with flies?
Mosquitoes. They said the Zika virus can be transmitted through sex now. So my man said, "Well, let me remember sex with mosquitoes." Oh, dude,
It was live.
I make sure.
Oh my God.
I make sure that the crew knows that we're like Star Trek. We're gonna go where no man has gone before.
Oh yeah.
So make sure you tune in to the
Rolling Brown Show, Monday night, 7:00.
unedited, live and raw. Listen, I love you. There's nothing you can do about it because I love you for free. Have a good day, a good evening. Make the most of your day, your week, your weekend. And let's start educating ourselves about the things that concern our families, our communities, our society. If you live in DC, you really need to
Statehood.
make sure that you are pushing for statehood, and do what you need to do in order to make sure that that happens, so that you can stop being robbed, because that's essentially what's happening. You're
Without a
being
doubt.
robbed.
Without a doubt.
And so you need to start acting towards that and putting your part in, and stop complaining. We need to transition from complaining about the problem and start being a solution to the problem. So we will see you next week, Thursday. Hopefully Mr. Slaughter will be back next Thursday, so that we can get, because now y'all got me excited. I got to take notes so I won't forget.
Yeah.
But even if it's not next week, we will continue our discussion. But have a good evening.
Bye.
Love you. Thank you for taking the pictures.
Oh, no,
Thank
my
you.
posters, did you get them? I post them. Look on your Facebook page.
Oh, I haven't looked yet. We gotta get our picture. I always do my pictures with my guests over here.
So what I mean, I gotta do get them staying where?
We're gonna do it up there.
Okay.
I need that pink shirt. What? Oh, somebody talking about my pictures from my photo shoot.
Oh, they so
I was about to
beautiful.
say, what,
Thank
They
you.
are
They
so
watching black and white.
beautiful.
And do you know I have 600 pictures to choose from?
Are you serious?
Oh,
But the
over
ones that's
600
on
pictures.
Facebook are nice. I love the pink shirt. I love all of them. All
Thank
of them are
you.
beautiful.
Yeah, that
So
was
all
good.
of them are
Smooth.
beautiful.
Thank
That's a
Yeah,
good look
the
on it.
one with the pink shirt. You
That's
like
a
that
good
one the
look on it.
best?
Yeah, that was a good look on it.
Yeah, actually, I have them.
Oh, that one.
I just
This
looked
one.
at them. I just had them out. There's this one.
That one?
I meant to tag and say, that's my code.
Here it is. This one. Yeah, there it is. You just playing.
Sorry.
These are some of the pictures.
That's not true. Okay.
So who did the photo shoot for you?
This guy named Roy Cox.
They look nice. They look really nice.
He is actually a celebrity stylist. Erica
He did your makeup
Campbell,
and all?
Yolanda Adams, all of
Oh, he
them
did a
actually
great
fly
job.
in.
I love this.
Oh, that's the guy. I heard about
Yeah,
that.
they fly
They
in
fly from
to his
the door.
studio.
Mm.
Oh yeah, I had a good time too.
He gay as a
I
jaybird,
didn't let
right?
him do a photo
He
shoot.
gay as a
with me.
jaybird, right?
No,
But that's not the one?
he's married. His wife worked with him.
Oh, okay. So he's married and gay.
You play too much. He
Well.
played too much too. I love that one.
Oh,
I was like, I sent it to my acting coach. I was like, you pick out the ones that I'm supposed to have for acting, cause this is too many.
Oh yeah, I saw that on Facebook.
Oh,
The
this
act.
conversation on the camera.
Yeah, so you gotta take that one out.
I always
Oh, I'm sorry.
consider me being recorded.
Oh, well, no, I mean, the audio for this is
I mean,
off.
but no, literally, because I've got some constituents that will